Today's video is our standard month-end P&L review for my Key West kayak fishing YouTube paycheck for June. Okay, so that we just completed that month off and they finalized the payments on it. So we're going to kind of go over that. For those new to the channel or aren't familiar with this type of videos, I have a playlist called YouTube Fishing. Okay, if you go to my main splash page and check the playlist, it'll come up with a bunch of them. Look under the YouTube Fishing. I also have one called YouTube Paychecks, which are basically these month-end reviews that I started in December when I just started monetizing. But anyways, that YouTube playlist is about helping other YouTube fishing channels to catch more subscribers and get more views. So it's basically, like in the fishing terms, it's like tips and tricks videos for YouTube fishing channels. I go through a lot of different breakdowns of the what's, why's, how's. So a lot of people, especially if you're just starting out, might not know the back end part of the business aspect of having a YouTube channel. And I'm kind of familiar with that aspect in my background, so it's a little bit easier for me to, just like the fishing part of it, I know the areas fairly well, I'm fishing fairly well, so I go into details about what these things are, what they mean, how to use them, that type of stuff. So if you're interested in that, if you have a YouTube fishing channel, I would definitely recommend doing that. But other than that, this is just basically how we came out this month. So let's break this down real quick. We're looking at June since that just finished up. Our total income for the month is $2,259. So a very solid month. It's actually the second best month that I've had since I started in December 2016. Views to make that was 1.5 million views that month, so solid month. And CPM was $1.49. All right. To understand what CPM is, CPM means cost per mil or cost per thousand, okay, or revenue per thousand. All it basically means is for every 1,000 views that I got on my channel, I made $1.49 in June. Now, to understand it, it is not that easy. It's actually extremely more detailed about that. But just the way it works is that you take your income, $2,259, and since it's cost per thousands, you break up your views into blocks of 1,000. So with 1.5 million views, that's basically 1,500 blocks of individual 1,000s. So then you could divide 2,259, your income, by that 1,512, which is your blocks of 1,000, and it comes out to 1.49 or $1.49 for every 1,000 views. Pay me $1.49, YouTube, and that's basically where that comes about. In reality, how that works is, okay, so you make a video, you put it out. Mary comes from generally watching a bunch of automotive channels, okay? But she comes in and she sees a shark fishing video. So she clicks on it and watches it, okay? And it plays an ad, okay? And it's because of her history of automotive type videos, it plays Craftsman tool ad, okay? And she gets that ad, she watches it. Versus John. John has been watching a bunch of how to cook type videos. And he sees that same exact shark video and clicks on it. And because of YouTube's algorithm, the AdSense algorithm, they basically put forth a Pam cooking spray commercial, okay, because it's related to what he's been watching in the past. Now, how that affects that CPM, each one of those different commercials had an agreement with YouTube basically in regards to how much YouTube was going to charge that advertiser for those per 1,000 views. So that Pam commercial, they might have come up with the agreement that for every 1,000 views, they're going to charge them $3. Okay, versus the other one, they were only going to charge $1. Okay, for the automotive one. Okay, so it all varies. So each one of those is a different offer. So that's why that number would always be changing. But I just take the end result numbers that, boom, this is how much I made, this is how many views I had, and that's where that CPM number. And that's really the only solid way that I can actually give you a good gist of a number to use against your channel to compare how you stack up with what my viewers are doing. Okay, and then finally, the subscribers that month was 7,675. Okay, another key that derives no income. Okay, as you can see, it's strictly about what the views that you can get. All right. Then I've got a follow-up. I always do July, which is this month that we're in, even though it's not ended yet. So we're in week 3. I'm at $1,253. We're doing a pretty solid week, 3 weeks. I'm right at 1 million views. That's where I'm very happy with. I'm wanting to try to trend at over 1 million views a month. Okay, I should be just trending at 9 million views, and channel's been open about 1.5 years, so extremely happy about that. But this, again, why these breakdowns are important, $1.29 CPM, okay? Just that difference between 20 cents, between $1.49, $1.29 at 1 million views is a couple $100 that I'm losing just because those ad agreements aren't very strong in July, all right? But I already knew that going forward. I knew May, June's are good ad publishing months, and I knew July would be a little bit weaker. All right. For me, my heavy months are, just like for everybody else, will be October, bigger November, huge December because Christmas time. On the flip side, I also double that because in the Keys, I'm in Key West, Florida, which is a holiday tourist destination, a Caribbean island, warm weather throughout the year. So that same October, November, it starts getting colder and stormier, and last year in the mainland, December, okay, those people start flocking down. And starting in around that September time, people start getting antsy about their trip to the Keys or the snowbirds that are going to be coming down for the winter time, and they start looking at Keys videos, and then they start getting antsy about the fishing videos. Oh, I'm going to be going fishing the Keys, so they start watching more and more of my videos, and that's what I provide there. So I get a double bump in those months. But anyways, that is our trend for since December. Utilize that as you will. It's just more of an informational. If you're really in depth to it, you can use your numbers to compare against mine, kind of see where you're sitting. But otherwise, that's our June. Another thing I wanted to kind of go over, since it's really impacted my channel, was a viral video. All right. Now in the world of YouTube, it's not really that big of a viral, but for a younger growing YouTube channel, it had a huge impact. So I call it viral for me. But anyways, if you take a look at my main header, I've got it posted. It's called Catch and Cook 450 million year old living fossil horseshoe crab. So I did it basically a catch and cook on horseshoe crab. That video I posted on May 13th, okay, and for the month of May, it generated $577. That was based off of 473,000 views, all right, and this is pretty interesting because I wouldn't even realize it until I started doing this, but I made a CPM of $1.21, all right, not bad, not great, a little bit on the bad side, okay. Then that trend kept on carrying on. So in June, I made $576. I mean, only $1 difference. I thought I was wrong, but no, it was actually that. But that was based on 695,000 views in June. That's when the bulk of it really hit. But at a CPM of only 83 cents, that's why you can see how much difference there, okay, in regards to views, but I made the same amount of money. Okay, that's just a hint how important that CPM really is in regards to generating how much income you make. And that video, even though I posted on May 13th, is still driving money. All right, in July, I've made $250 on it so far, okay, based on 373,000 views, okay, but, bam, only making 67 cents per thousand, so it's even dropping. So I guess, well, I don't know, since I've never had another viral video, so I guess there's a trend in that regards I'd be interested to find out about. But anyways, that's how a viral video can really impact your channel. It really kicks up your view counts, it'll kick up your income rates, okay? And it'll expose, I didn't put subscribers, but it'll expose your channel to a wider variety of people that might not generally have come to your channel, okay? But if you spend the time, like I go through my fishing YouTube videos, is having a nice quality library of nice quality watchable videos, how important that is in order to get these people that have never seen your channel to come to your channel, okay? Making sure that your splash page is set up correctly, neatly, interestingly, okay? You got your best foot forward, that they will stick around, watch a few more of your videos, okay? And then hit that subscribe button if you're interested in that, or like mine, since I have 400 videos, I guarantee quite a few of these people like, ooh, cool channel, and they start watching and watching and watching and watching, and they become those sit down in a couch and watch for 4 days straight all of my 400 videos, okay? And how much that generates income for me that you don't see just based on this. But anyways, that is the impact of a viral video. Before that was my month end, June 2017. So hopefully you found that interesting. Again, check out that playlist, YouTube Fishing, for tips and tricks on how to improve your YouTube fishing channel. If you like more of this breakdown stuff of just P&L type information, go to my playlist, YouTube Paychecks. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.